So I came across a Neville Goddard technique that I've actually heard many times in the past, but I listened to it recently and I was so fascinated by it again that I just decided to apply it. And this technique has literally changed my life. My life has changed more in the last few weeks than it has in debatably the last few years when it comes to managing my anxiety. So, if you're new to my channel, I am an anxiety coach and I suffered with anxiety for many, many, many years. And over the last few years, I've been able to stop having anxiety day to day. I still have times where I'm anxious, which is totally fine. And I have techniques that I leverage to manage my anxiety. And I no longer suffer with anxiety, but every once in a while, I still have an episode. Totally fine. That's okay. And I love learning about different techniques to manage my anxiety, to look at life from a different perspective. And recently, I've come across Neville Goddard's teachings again. Now, I've always been fascinated with Neville Goddard ever since I first heard about him, which was about 2 or 3 years ago, actually, just around the time I started this journey of overcoming anxiety. And I came across a technique that I completely forgot about, and it's a manifestation technique that I've kind of tailored for my anxiety. And I'm super excited to share this with you because I really want you to try it and see if it has the same impact on you. It's been so powerful for me that it's completely changed my life. It has literally changed my life in the last few I was gonna say years, but in the last few weeks. This is what it is, and then this is how I applied it. Neville Goddard talks about how when you want to manifest your desires, you need to become a vibrational match. How do you do that? Well, he believes in the law of assumption. Assume the wish fulfilled. Live in the state of the wish fulfilled. And he says the key to that is feeling. Feeling is the secret. So if you want to bring something into your life, if you want to manifest something into your life, you must assume that you already have it. And you must be an energetic match to what you wish to bring into your life. Then one of the things that he says that is super effective into getting into that state of the wish fulfilled is when we are drifting off to sleep. So when we drift off to sleep, he says to just close your eyes and envision you having the thing that it is you want to manifest. Envision you feeling like it is already in your life. He essentially says that we are so powerful, we are energetic beings, that we create our reality by what we believe, what we are an energetic match to. When we drift off to sleep, we start to engage more of the subconscious mind. And so it's a very powerful time to embed new beliefs into the subconscious because the subconscious is the ruler. In fact, he considers the subconscious God in some of his teachings. So he truly believes that this is crucial, like your belief is your life. Now, I definitely believe that our subconscious mind plays a huge role in how we live our lives, how we perceive our lives, and how we create our reality. Absolutely, because I do believe that our perception is reality. Two people can have the same experience, but if they perceive the same experience differently, if they believe different things about the experience, then they have completely different outcomes. So I do believe that. The simplicity of how he explains it, I find difficult to wrap my head around, but everything is worth trying. Why not? Like, what have you got to lose just drifting off to sleep and thinking about the life that you want to create or something specific that you want to manifest? Now, for me, my specific type of anxiety that I was suffering the most with was social anxiety. I always had this issue where I just believed that I wasn't good enough and I would compare myself to other people, and I felt really anxious and insecure in social settings. Although the majority of the time that doesn't happen anymore, every once in a while when I know I have a big social event coming up, those thoughts will start to creep back in. Like maybe I'm gonna go and I'll be an outcast and not fit in or have nothing meaningful to say, etc., etc. And what I really practice is just owning who I am, just feeling relaxed and just like trusting myself. But that's not always easy. So what I decided to do was I decided to take his teachings and apply it to the upcoming social event that I was going to, which was a camping trip this past weekend, where it was about 25 of us camping together over the span of a few days. And it was making me quite nervous. So what I did was, as I was drifting off to sleep, applying Neville Goddard's teachings, I closed my eyes and I started to feel as if the experience was happening then and there while I was in bed. I was using my imagination and I started to feel like everything was going well and I was making friends and there was lots of laughter and love, but I couldn't feel it. No matter how hard I tried to feel like everything was working out for me, like, I was in the state of my wish fulfilled, as Neville Goddard likes to say, I just couldn't. I had too many mental blocks. Like every single time I would try to think about this social situation going well, I had so many limiting beliefs, like challenging that. My ego, my insecure voice being like, yeah, but remember that time you saw that person, you said something stupid, I bet that's going to happen again. And I would just think about all these things that could go wrong. And it was really starting to frustrate me. So I tried this for a few days unsuccessfully, and I just thought, God, my mind is so powerful, I just can't get there. Now, just recently, I stumbled across another YouTube video of someone that interprets Neville Goddard's teachings, and he explained that if you're struggling to get in the state of the wish fulfilled, there was something else that Neville Goddard recommended to help you feel it, to help you feel like your manifestation has already come true. And what he said was, when you're drifting off to sleep, instead of just trying to feel it or imagine it, instead, picture someone you love. It can be one person, it can be multiple people, but picture that person or those group of people coming up to you in a setting that you can picture clearly, like maybe your room, maybe the grocery store, the beach, it doesn't matter. Just a place that you can picture very clearly in your mind. And imagine these people coming up to you and asking you how it feels now that you have X, or how it feels now that you've been doing X. Whatever questions that can help you answer in that feeling state. So for me, what I did was I envisioned myself at this camping trip and certain people coming up to me and asking me how I'm doing and how excited they are to see me and hugging me. And I went even further with it. I pictured not only questions that they asked me, but just conversations that we were having, questions I was asking them. And I could just feel how that conversation would go. And I could feel that energy. And I started to feel the love. I started to feel confidence radiating from me. I started to feel as if this had already happened. I started to feel like I had already lived this. There was just something different for me that went off in my head when I pictured people asking me questions and me answering them and getting excited about the answers and getting excited about their reactions. And everything changed. Everything changed. Like for the last few weeks, as I've been drifting off to sleep and picturing this, I started feeling excited about this camping trip. I couldn't stop looking forward to it. I couldn't stop just feeling like everything was going to be okay. It only took several days of me doing this as I was drifting off to sleep to start changing how I was feeling about this trip. Rather than being nervous, rather than psyching myself out and thinking, shit, I'm going to get social anxiety. I'm not things are going to go bad. Da, 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 da. No, me drifting off to sleep and practicing this actually changed something within me. Today is Monday. I got back from this camping trip Sunday, yesterday. And when I came home, I knew I had to record this video. I had a moment of realization that not only did this camping trip go in such a phenomenal, fun, and loving way, I'm actually going to get emotional. This was the first time that I've been on a social event that was as long and as big and I had no anxiety of any kind. Guys, I'm telling you, something changed within me. I am super stoked to continue this practice, to try this with everything, not just my anxiety, but with my career, my personal goals. I mean, the list goes on and on. What I've seen in a lot of texts from Neville Goddard is to try the technique of living in the wish fulfilled as you go off to bed, like as you're drifting off to sleep, at least 3 days in a row. But for good measure, I did it like almost 3 weeks. And wow, just wow. It didn't go exactly the way I imagined it, but it went even better. It literally went even better. Crazy. Okay, so to summarize, this is the process I followed. 1, get really clear about what you're feeling right now. Then 2, get really clear about what it is you do desire. What is it that you want to bring into your life? In my case, I just wanted to have a beautiful, joyful, peaceful trip with my friends where I didn't feel anxious. Number 3, as you are going to bed, and do this for as many nights in a row as you can, close your eyes and try to only think about this scenario as much as you can. Think about someone you know and love. It can be one person or multiple people asking you about this thing or situation as if it has already happened to you, as if you have already achieved it or received it. Think about what you're going to say to them. Think about the interactions. Think about how you feel seeing them react to you, how the conversation goes. And really, really do your best to believe that this can be real. This situation can actually happen and feel it. Number 4, during the day, if you have any other thoughts that bring doubts, that bring fear, that make you question what you were imagining as you're drifting off to sleep, either distract yourself or go back into what you were envisioning when you drifted off to sleep. Do your best to let any negativity, any doubt, let those thoughts come in and float right back out, and go back to that imagined state and or distract yourself. Just don't feel anything that is not your wish fulfilled. And if you do, don't sweat it. Don't sweat it. Just keep moving forward. Keep doing your practice. And the more you do it and the more you feel it, the more it will come naturally to you. And then do me a favor and let me know if it worked. Good luck.